Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart of Patricia Stuart Originals. I carved this stencil using the gyro cut, and one of the things with the gyro cut has a length size point, and when you use it you have to hold it, steady it with this finger, and take the longest point and dig deep into the paper, and then you're able to steady it where you can pull it in the direction you want. But you have to stabilize it, holding it, and then at the length, the longest point, anchor it into what you're cutting, and then it will work for you. It took a few tries for me in the beginning, but I kept working with it. So I have this, I don't know what it is, I just sketched something onto paper, circles, and connected them. And so I'm going to be pulling some prints with it today. And I don't know, the plan is to position it in different ways to get the most out of the design. And I will be using my 8x10 gel plate and some Pacon printing paper, I think this is. See if I have the right paper out, because I have so many different papers. Okay, that was not the Pacon. I think that was some cardstock. Yes, but I'll be using, I think this is 9x12 Pacon to first print Making Paper by Pacon. Okay, and so I'm using, as usual, my golden fluid acrylics. So I'm going to start by pulling a solid color. I'm going to use some Titan Green Pale. And my 6-inch Speedball Brayer, which I love. I never have to clean this brayer. I let the paint just layer it, pile up on it. When it gets to be a lot, I just peel it right off and it comes back to its original color. I also bought a smaller one a couple of days ago. I think this is 2-inch, which works very well. I had some black rubber Brayers. I think they're better for when you're doing printmaking using the linoleum and rubber. I think it works best for those inks, water-based and oil inks, because I had a hard time getting them clean with acrylic paint, so I stopped using them. Okay, so here is a nice clean pull. The Pacon Artist First print paper does very well. And so now I want to take a pull. I'm going to go in with a little Pyro Orange. love this bright pyro orange. And I'm going to lay my stencil. And I'm going to go in. Line it up so it's get inside the circles. How nice is that? Okay. And it leaves such a nice ghost print. That's why I like cutting my stencils out of the cardstock. It really hugs the plate and it leaves a very nice ghost print. And I'm going to pull that the same paper, but I'm going to use, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go in with the green pail and pull this print. It should look the opposite of the first one. There we go. Nice clean pull of a ghost print, the opposite. Okay. Now, I could leave this as is, or I could try to pull another color on top. And I think if I do that, I'm going to lose this nice combination of these two colors here. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this as is. However, maybe I could keep layering this in ghost prints in different colors and see what happens with that. So I'm going to pull using different colors here. I need to go in with some Naples yellow. And pull a solid print. If you find that you like the print how it came out with just the two colors, then it's best if you leave it with just the two colors. Sometimes layering can take away from the colors, and then you're forever chasing a better color format. And sometimes it just gets muddy and it just doesn't happen. Okay. So this Pacon print making paper works great because you're always assured of a nice clean plate when you get through. Okay, I'm going to go in using teal to pull the stencil print. One of my favorite colors. So lay my stencil down. There we get that, just like how we got here. We have that. Now we have a ghost print underneath, and I want to pull that, and I want to pull it with something translucent because I want to pull it on top of this, but I don't want the paint to cover too much of the color I have on there. And and sometimes the real thin translucent doesn't bring up enough of the ghost print. So I'm just going to try a little cadmium yellow. Let's see how we do pulling up this ghost print. Cadmium yellow is a bit translucent. The other colors are heavier, they're more opaque, which makes it difficult to see through them. So we'll see with the yellow on top of the pale green background. Yes, and it worked. So here we have the ghost print with the yellow. And so that's a nice effect. And so we have these and this. Now if I try to do what I did here with another paint that's opaque, these are opaque, the teal and the orange, it would have just messed up the design. But another option sometimes is to go darker. If I wanted to go in with a black, I may get some of this design underneath depending on how I position the stencil. So let's try that. And let's see what happens. Well, I'll use some Payne's Gray. It's dark. And let's see how much of that design will stand out. Okay. Use Payne's Gray is a beautiful color because it's almost like a black and blue mixed together, a midnight blue. It has a bluish color to it. Okay. Got my stencil, and I'm going to put my paper down differently, the opposite of what it was before. Line this. See how much pyrrole orange and pale green that we get in between the Payne's Gray. That will either mess it up or help to create a nice design. So we do get this. So we do get the color in between and a nice pattern, so to speak. So I guess the pressure, you get these little, looks like cells, like structure underneath. Okay, so that's going in with a really dark color, which would work better than me using any other color. So we still see the pattern. And the same would happen going. Okay, so we have the ghost print and left from that last pull, and I'm going to pull it, let's see, I'm just going to pull it with some white, titanium white. As you can see, I'm down to the last dregs. I always turn my bottles upside down so that I can get all the paint out. Paint is costly. Okay, and I'm going to use the Pacon print paper once again, a clean sheet. Sometimes I just like what comes off of one pull. Sometimes depending on the stencil and design, I may want several pulls. But I'm going to just settle for this one pull from the ghost print. It should be a nice, almost like a black and white print that I could always use in collage work. And how beautiful is that? Definitely. Okay, and so I have that. Then the one that I chose to layer again. And here's the ghost print of those, which I want to keep as is because I can see myself using this just as it is. And so whether you want to lay down your plane and then your design on top and call it a day, that's good too. Whether you would like to try layering again to get a particular design to the stencil, that works as well. Although I kind of liked it without the darker color. And then here's the ghost print pulled from this last dark color. But it's your choice, you know? When you're doing these things, it's based on your own eye, how you see things, and how you want things to look. Till next time, keep doing art. Thanks for joining me today.